to the AM 1220. So, again, if you're interested in the IU basketball game, today we're going to switch that over to 1220. My name is Jake Johanningsmeyer. I'm bringing live from Eastern High School. The Lady Musketeers are going up against the Charlestown Pirates in girls basketball tonight. Again, should be a very, very good contest. Charlestown coming in ranked number 4 in 3A, coming in with a 14-3 record, really been playing some really good basketball. Eastern, we'll talk a little bit more about this last game. Eastern also having a great start, off to a 10-4 start, have been in and out of the rankings in 2A over the course of this season. Again, this is a former conference opponent. And again, no longer a part of the Mid-Southern, so not a conference game tonight. But it's going to be one that we're going to have to go out and play well. Eastern playing without 2 starters tonight. Avery Smith, who has been out for a few weeks. She did actually get cleared today, but she's been out. She's going to have to work in rehab and get back into action. So we're hoping for a very speedy recovery for her so she can get back into play. Meanwhile, if you were not at our last game with Eastern at Fordham this past week, we had just a crazy accident, a very, very physical game where we had 2 players, a player from Gordon and our own Bailey Robbins, collided, hit face-to-face in that game. And the girl from Gordon ended up with somebody had said she had broken something, but ended up with a very bloody mess, not to be too graphic, but had just a huge, crazy contact situation. Bailey Robbins was down. She was later, I think they were worried about a spinal injury. I won't get into any of the details of that, but they did ended up evacuating the gym, and they canceled the game. They ended up having to call the ambulance and take her to the hospital. The good report is she is okay, and I know that she was following up with doctors. She is okay, and at bare minimum, she's definitely going to have a concussion. That was, again, just a kind of a gruesome injury. As far as I know, they do not plan to finish that game. We were in the fourth quarter with several minutes left. I think we had a lead, but that particular night, finishing that ball game was definitely not the priority. We just pray for the safety of our student athletes. And again, thankfully, these girls are okay, and Bailey is going to be able to come back. So we do not know how long she will be out. She is currently out. So again, Eastern playing without 2 starters, and I think it's going to be a huge thing tonight. Charlestown really, they only play 6 girls that are kind of full-time varsity. Everybody else in their roster played in the JV game, so not a super deep team. I know they've got several girls listed on the varsity roster, but again, girls that probably don't see a ton of minutes. Again, Charlestown's going to be led by their junior, Chesney Jackson. I do not have stats for them. Their post player, she is just a fantastic post player. She gives us so many problems every single year. And again, I think obviously she's probably their leading point getter, but then I think some of their strength is just in their guards. Their guards are so quick. Several of them, they can shoot. Warnock and Gagnon can shoot. Bencham can shoot. And then Higdon, just another big physical presence down the inside. They just got a lot of weapons, and they're clearly a reason they are the number 4 team in the state in 3A. Charlestown coming off, they went 5 in a row. They just recently, last week they beat Madison and Brownstown. We've seen both of those teams. Obviously, Eastern lost a heartbreaker to Brownstown earlier in the season, right there at the buzzer, and then beat Madison in that holiday tournament. So, again, I think we match up very similarly. We do have several common opponents. Gordon, North Harrison, we beat them about the same. Charlestown did beat Southwestern the first game of the year fairly badly. Southwestern was a team that beat us about a month ago. So that's maybe one of the games you might take a look at that was probably different outcomes, pretty lopsided. Everything else has been pretty similar across the board. Is just how we've played teams, how they've played teams. Their record's just a little bit stronger. They came off of just that big, huge tournament win. They beat Shelbyville and Lawrenceburg. They're on December 27th. They played at Richmond, traveled a long way to play Richmond, then Madison, Brownstown, and then on to us. I'm sure that Coach Matthews is going to have his girls ready. I know that these girls can shoot. I know these girls are going to be able to move the ball, and these girls are going to be able to put points up on the board. Both teams play at very similar pace. pace and similar style. I think both teams have pressed pretty consistently. I'm curious how well Eastern's going to be able to press, how much they're going to press. Again, down 2 starters. What's that going to look like for our girls tonight? Can we get some stops, and can we get some offense from our defense? That seems to be something that we've been able to thrive at, getting 10, 15, 20 turnovers from teams and being able to convert those into some points. Where is that going to come from tonight? With maybe without that tool in our belt, we'll see. Charleston coming in averaging about 52.5 points a game and giving up about 37 a game. Eastern's right about the same, averaging about 55 a game and giving up about 40 a game. So 2 very similar paced teams. And so, again, we'll see whose will is going to be done tonight. For Eastern, they are led by Addie Smith, coming in averaging almost 14 points a game. And then Sydney Burton averaging just over 11 a game. I do think that we are on watch for Sydney Burton. I think she's on the precipice of reaching 1,000 points for her career. Again, just had a fantastic career. Started there at Salem, and in the last 2 years has been here at Eastern. Again, she's knocking on the door. She's had a great career. I know that she's probably excited and looking forward to that. We do want to wish our condolences to their family. I know that they lost their grandmother this week, so very glad Sydney's here. But I know that her mind is with her family tonight. So again, Sydney wants to say a prayer for that family. Eastern also, Katie Honor coming in at about 8.5 points a game. We lost Robbins is going to be out for a while. Another 8 points a game. Trainer's been averaging about 5 points a game. The last couple games, it seems like we've been able to find some threes for Trainer and for Robbins. So is Trainer going to be able to step up and knock down some shots? I think her and Katie both are going to have to be able to step up and get and share some of that point load tonight. You know that they're going to pressure Sydney, they're going to pressure Addie, and they're not going to make it easy on those two. So for our other players, maybe it's a night that Eliza can step up and have a big game in the post. Maybe tonight that Bronner can step up and be able to get some points inside. Charlestown, again, not deep at all. They got 2 post players in Jackson and Higdon, and really outside of that, there's just not a lot of depth there. They're going to be a very guard-heavy team. Jackson definitely has some size. She's probably 5'11", 6 foot, and really outside of that, not a lot of size on their team. So can we take advantage inside with Honor, with Burton, with Eliza there? Can they have some big games tonight? I think that's going to be very key for us to be successful tonight. Again, excited. It's a great night for basketball. Always a great time to get in here, get in the gym, and support these ladies. Again, we are going to cut to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. This is Lady Musketeer Basketball on WSLM.
We're here at McDonald's Gymnasium, and we're ready for the starting lineup for tonight's big game. The crowd is on their feet, and they're going wild. The team is coming onto the court. Here comes the quarter pounder with cheese, along with the spicy McCrispy and the McDouble. And starting at center tonight will be the Big Mac. And ready to come into the game at any time is the Filet of Fish. Look on the sideline, folks. We have chicken nuggets cheering along with the golden delicious fries. They're hot and always ready. You'll score points every time you bring the family into McDonald's in Salem, West Baden, and Mitchell before or after the game. Don't forget to top off your favorite meal with a cold soft drink and that one-of-a-kind Mickey D's sweet tea. Or hot or cold coffee drinks from the McCafe. Order inside or drive-thru now with the 2 lanes and use the mobile app for great deals. And get your food delivered at home or at the curbside. You can order at halftime and enjoy that one-of-a-kind taste without missing the next play. Set a pick and roll on into McDonald's today. You'll be loving it too. Drive-thru open from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. And don't forget to catch WSLM's Coach's Corner live at McDonald's in Salem on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. I'm loving it. This is Becky White from WSLM, and I'm here at the beautiful John Jones showroom in Salem, Indiana.
It's Caleb again with John Jones Auto Group. 2026 is here, and with a new year comes a new you. New goals, new plans, and maybe a new ride. At John Jones Auto Group, we believe the vehicle you drive should match where you're headed next. Whether that's a dependable truck, a family SUV, or something that just makes getting behind the wheel feel exciting again. We're proud to serve Southern Indiana with locations in Salem,
is Becky White from WSLM, and we'd like to all wish you a Happy New Year from all of us staff and management. And thank you for tuning in and making us your home for winter and spring sports. We've got wall-to-wall coverage of local high school girls and boys basketball, plus IU, Purdue, and Indiana Pacers basketball, and the excitement of the IU football team as they head towards the Peach Bowl and a possible national title. And coming up in March, don't forget, Reds baseball. And I would like to personally thank you for tuning in to your local radio station, WSLM.
High school sports are different, especially in Indiana, and these Hoosier student-athletes couldn't agree more.
We all know the saying, in 49 states, it's just basketball. But this is Indiana.
Well, the same is true for all high school sports in Indiana, like volleyball,
And soccer, and softball, and track, and so many more. We're passionate about high school sports in Indiana.
they're an undeniable part of our state's culture.
They're woven into the DNA of our communities. It's what we dedicate our time to. It's what brings us all together. It's what we celebrate.
And as a high school student-athlete, that's a pretty special environment to grow in.
Representing your school and having your entire community behind you.
Being a high school student-athlete in Indiana is something we never take for granted.
And it's an experience we'll never forget either.
I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knight. Support Hoosier student-athletes like these by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is who we are. This is Indiana. This is your IHSA.
And we're back here at Eastern High School. Starting lineups for the Charlestown Pirates is going to be Madeline Warnock at the guard position, Natalie Gagnon at the guard position. That's going to be Alexis Fincham at the guard position. And then number 35, that's going to be Kendra Higdon. And then Chesney Jackson in the center. For Eastern, they're going to be starting Bailey Trainer, Sydney Burks. That's going to be the Eliza Stairs, Addie Smith, and Katie Hunter. So Eliza's stepping in to that starting role with Bailey out, or with Avery out, and then Bailey kind of stepping into that role with Robbins out. We'll see what this group can come up with. And not as deep a bench as what we typically are used to. So again, we'll see what kind of pace this game is going to be played at, and again, after last game, just what kind of physicality this game is going to have. This last game against Gordon, and I won't sit and harp about this and all that kind of stuff, but just an incredibly physical game for our girls, and I felt like we matched intensity and matched physicality. But really, just our girls got beat up. I mean, that was tough, and I think they were feeling it for many days afterwards. So, what type of physical play is going to happen tonight? Ball's going to be tipped, and that's going to end up in the hands of Charlestown. That's going to end up that's going to be Fincham brings it up. Eastern starting out in the 3-2 zone, 1-2-2 zone. Sure, you're going to see a lot more zone tonight just to try to save some legs and save some everything. Charleston gets the ball in the corner to Warnock. Back out to Fincham, being pretty patient, passing around the top of the key. Gets it on the wing to Gagnon. They're trying to get the ball in, trying to get the ball inside. They're looking for Jackson. Again, Eastern doing a nice job of doubling Jackson pretty much every time. That's going to be a three for Gagnon. You just kind of get a little bit of separation. They had kind of a high ball screen, and Charleston's going to be up 3-0. Gagnon pushing full court. Charleston in a man-to-man. Hard ball screen there by Eliza. Burton's going to be on the drive. No good. Rebound Gagnon. They're going to get it out to Warnock. That's going to be Fincham. Fincham out top. Gets the ball down to Warnock. Can pass it around the top of the key. Looking for a gap that they can penetrate. Eastern kind of in a 2-3 right now. Good deflection there by Sydney Burton. It's going to be a long three for Fincham, and that's going to be good as well. That was from way downtown. Again, in our zone, we're going to have to make sure we get out on our shooters. Addie Smith on the drive, gets in the lane, kicks out to Burton. Burton for three, and good. Not her top weapon. She doesn't shoot a ton of threes, but again, good for her to get one early. 6-3 in favor of the Pirates. Ball up to Gagnon. Gets the ball inside to Higdon. Higdon finds Fincham. Over to Warnock. Warnock thought about a three, gets into Jackson, and she's going to be out of bounds. Turnover there. Good defense there by Burton. Liza had her kind of pinned the other way. Nowhere for her to go. Charlestown looking to kind of full court press, just kind of picking them up, man. That's going to be Fincham. Just kind of picking Addie Smith up full court. High ball screen. Addie Smith able to go by. She tries to split. Kick to Katie Honor. Honor for three. No good. Rebound Charlestown. Looking to push. Gets it up. Charlestown kind of ran the ball up the sideline. Gets it up to Warnock. Warnock finds Jackson running. Great job there by Sydney Burton to get back and deflect that pass away. Charlestown out of bounds. Looks like they're looking for Jackson. They just throw it in to Gagnon. She's going to drive. Kick to Warnock for three. No good. Rebound Charlestown. Three by Gagnon. No good. Looks like Higdon was climbing all over Eliza. Each able to come away with that rebound. 6-3. 5:43 to play. Honor on the drive. Kicks out to Addie Smith. Finds Burton. Finds Trainer in the corner. Again, Charlestown in the man-to-man. I think we've got to attack a gap. Charlestown does a real nice job of playing help side, so it almost looks like they're playing zone, but it's just really just a man-to-man. Sydney turns the corner, tries to go up and under, gets blocked. A little too much there by Sydney Burton. Fincham coming down the other way. For Warnock for three. No good. Rebound Jackson. Blocked there by Addie Smith. Kicks out to Gagnon. Charlestown, nice shot moving the ball around the corner. Warnock drives. And is going to get an easy two. And Charlestown moves the ball really well. We did not rotate very well on that. Addie Smith looking to bring it up. 8-3 in favor of Charlestown. Still think this is one of those where we've got to try to get the ball downhill, try to attack the basket. Looks like Sydney Burton's just going to pull it out and hang on to it. I don't know if this is a strategy that we're trying to employ, but Eastern just taking all kinds of time. Really just holding it for right now. Honor is going to make a little bit of a drive, finds Addie Smith. She's going to drive. Kicks it to Trainer in the corner. Back out to Addie Smith. Just over 4 minutes to play. Honor on the wing, gets to Trainer. Trainer gets in the lane. I think we've got to try to get the ball inside. There's Burton. Shot fake. She's going to try to, kicks it to Honor. Out to Trainer. Now top to Burton. Burton thought about a three. Shot fake. Drives down the left side. Scramble on the floor. It's going to end up in a pile-up. And that's going to be a jump ball. I thought she had Eliza open. I think she was trying to look to finish or decide, and she kind of waited just a little too long. Eliza probably gets a layup there. Easton gets the ball into Burton. Burton, a little 10-footer, no good. Charlestown looking to run. They get the ball up to Warnock and lays it in. Again, this looks like if Charlestown gets a rebound, they are off to the races. Both guards sprinting down the sideline, and they're looking to go. Charlestown 10-3. Addie Smith going to try to get in the lane. She's going to get blocked there by Jackson, and Charlestown's off to the races. Warnock's looking to run. Bounce pass there to Jackson, and Jackson's going to get an easy two. And that is going to be a timeout for the Musketeers. Charlestown is on top 12-3. We are going to cut to a quick commercial break, and we will be right back. Lady Musketeer basketball on WSLN.
Serving Indiana means being ready for growing energy demands. At Duke Energy, we're adding more power to the grid and working on hundreds of local projects to make your energy more reliable. We've strengthened nearly 20,000 poles, updated more than 270 substations, and prevented hundreds of thousands of outage hours with self-healing grid technology, so your power can come back on faster than ever. That's the smarter energy future Indiana deserves. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
And we're back here at Eastern High School. Again, it's all Charlestown right now. We'll see how Eastern is going to respond. Right now, I think 6 of their points have really just become from runouts, where we've missed a shot on the one end, and they've just taken off. And you can tell that their program, if Warnock doesn't get the rebound, she's gone. She's off to the races. And again, same with Gagnon. They're taking off. So when you got three girls that can handle the ball pretty well. Again, that's a strategy you can tell that they have employed. Charleston still looking to kind of pick up a man-to-man press. Again, with that kind of again, they don't play a ton of players, but they weren't worried about that. They're gonna get up and down the court. So these girls must be in great condition. Addie Smith being guarded up top by Fincham. Addie's going to get into the lane. A lot of contact, and they're going to get a foul there. That foul's going to be on Fincham. Addie Smith's going to go to the line for two. One thing I do wonder, as if we were able to get Charlestown into some foul trouble, what does that mean? Again, I think they just don't have a very deep bench. So what will that mean for this game as we attack the rim, as we try to attack the ball inside? Can we get them to the line and get some easy points, but two, get them in some situations where they've got to decide whether they're going to back off due to foul trouble. Addie Smith puts in the second one, 12-4. Eastern looking to press. Didn't know how much this we're going to see. Charleston able to break the press. The Warnock gets it out to Fincham. Fincham, nice deflection. That's going to be a steal there by Addie Smith. She's going the other way. Gets it up to Katie Connor. She misses the layup. Eliza Starrett muscles the rebound in and gets it out to Addie Smith. Addie for three, no good. Again, great rebound there by Eliza. Katie had that layup. Fincham off the high ball screen over to Gagnon. Eliza working inside to keep Jackson from getting good post position. They do get it. Jackson's going to throw it up. No good. It's going to be a rebound the other side. It's going to be a jump ball there by Higdon. And Eliza doing a nice job of just making sure she stays in front of Jackson. Jackson's fighting for everything she can. 12-4. Lady Musketeers down right now. Charleston gets it into Gagnon. She's going to get into the lane. Kicks it to Warnock. Coach Matthews is yelling at Jackson to get in the post and post up. Warnock's going to drive and kick. Again, a lot of that dribble drive kick, little high ball screen for the Pirates. Again, another driving kick. Gagnon, this time she's going to go all the way to the rim. 4-2. Nice little cut back there by Natalie Gagnon. Just over 2 minutes to play. Eastern down by 10. High ball screen. It's going to be Addie Smith. Going to try to get in the lane. Finds Connor. Connor kicks the Trainer. Trainer in the corner for three and good. Good ball movement there. I think we did one of Charleston looking to run the other way. Gets up to Warnock on the wing. She pulls it back out. Again, it's kind of that split second. We saw a little bit of this last year. They're going to look to run. If they have it, they're going. Cross court to Warnock. Thought about a three. He's going to drive baseline. Back out to Gagnon. Going to get down the left side. Tough shot, no good. Rebound Burton. Puts to Addie Smith. Going to bring it up. Addie's going to kick out to Honor. Honor out to Burton. Burton was a little sloppy with it. Gagnon almost took it away. Over to Trainer. Out to Addie, just over a minute to play. Get the ball into Burton. Burton going to go up against Higdon. Tries to throw it across court. It's going to be stolen by Warnock. Warnock's going on. She's off the races. Almost stolen by Trainer. Warnock's going to bring it back out. Gets it over to Fincham. Fincham out top. She wants to set a play. 38 seconds to play. They're trying to get the ball as hard as they can into Fincham's going to fire for three. No good. Addie Smith, 25 seconds to play. See if we can't get a good look right here. Addie's going to drive. She spins back to the lane. Kicks out to Honor. Honor pulls up from about 15. No good. Rebound Charlestown. Fincham finds Gagnon. 10 seconds. Gagnon top of the key. She's going to try to drive. Gets it over to Warnock. Finds Jackson top of the key. And she's going to throw it up. They're going to get Bronner for a foul there. A little bit of weak call there. Jackson kind of driving on the side. Bronner was there. Very little contact. And it's kind of, that's weak. But Jackson's going to go line 4-2. And that is going to bring the end of the first quarter. Jackson's first free throw is good. and her second one is no good. So that is going to be a total of 15-7. Lady Pirates on top of your Lady Musketeers after one. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break. We will be right back with the second quarter, Lady Musketeer basketball on WSLN.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker, so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations covered subject to policy terms.
And we're back here at Eastern High School. Lady Musketeers down 7-15. I think the difference of this first quarter has really just been some runouts. As Charlestown gets a rebound, you can tell that their program to take that easy basket. If they can push that ball up the sideline, find Jackson running down the lane. It doesn't look like they're just trying to press and create all kind of helter-skelter, that kind of thing. But they're going to move the ball offensively. And if you're not going to get back, they're going to take the easy two and then be back up again. I was expecting Charlestown to play a little bit more zone. I haven't seen any zone, but the way that they play their man, they're really sagging off everybody. So it might as well be a zone. So you're seeing that a little bit. Again, a difference of probably 8 run-out points here is the difference of the game right now. So we got to see if Eastern can come back. Eastern's going back with Addie Smith, Emma Bronner, Sydney Burton, Bailey Trainer, and Katie Honor. A lot of contact. Addie Smith's going to get into the lane, trying to go up to the left hand. She's going to get fouled there by Fincham. Fincham picks up her second. Again, we wonder if this foul trouble is going to end up being an issue in this game. Fincham picks up her second. I think it's just Charlestown's second foul of the game. Addie Smith's first free throw is no good. Again, it's going to be one of those things. Can we get some easy points, and can we put them in a tough situation? Again, Charlestown only plays really 6 full-time varsity players. So Charlestown gets it up to Warnock in the corner. She's going to fire for 3. No good. That one went in and out. That was as close to a bucket as I think you can get. Addie Smith looking to run the other way. Going up against Fincham again. Maybe she can pick up her third. Burton out on the wing. Going up against Higdon. Honor on the drive. Addie Smith going to look to drive. Gets in against Fincham. Kicked out to Honor. Honor for 3. And good. Again, a driving kick has gotten us a few open looks. Can we step up and knock those down? Eastern cuts this to 5. Charlestown kind of in a dribble drive. Just driving handoff to find Jackson, top of the key. She's going to fire for 3. No good. Again, Higdon, I think, has a foul on that rebound. No call. Burton, nice rebound. They get the ball up to Trainer, back out to Addie Smith. Addie looking to drive, get in the lane. Tough shot, no good. It's going to be rebounded there by Burton. They're going to get a jump ball. Good hustle there by Burton. I think Addie's got to go one more step to see if she can get just a little bit more contact. She's kind of just trying to shoot over. The Fincham is much, much smaller than Addie, so she can get that shot. Eastern looking to diamond press. Charleston able to break it. Warnock running up the sideline. Gets the ball in the middle to Jackson. Back out to Fincham. I don't think that the press is going to be something that's going to be effective against this team. Their guards are just too solid. Going to be Higdon back out to Warnock out top, going one-on-one against Trainer. And he's going to drive down the right side and score. They're going to get Trainer for a foul there. It's going to be Bailey Trainer for the foul, her first foul. So Warnock just a little too quick. We didn't get a good rotation defensively there, so really no help on that backside. And Warnock's going to put in the free throw for a 3-point play. Extends this back out to 8 points for the Pirates. Trainer bringing the ball up, being guarded there by Warnock. Addie Smith being guarded by Gagnon. Addie's going to pull back out. Kicks to Burton. Burton, free throw line jumper. And good. 6:02 to play. Eastern cuts to 6 points, 18-12 in favor of the Lady Pirates. Fincham out top, out to Warnock, out to Jackson. Back out to Jackson, top of the key. She's going to drive. Goes up against Burton. Out to Warnock. Again, this team is very, very patient. It looks like they're trying to get the ball inside. Eastern defends that pretty well. Not allowing Jackson to get any easy touches or any easy looks. Bencham gets in the lane, kicks to Warnock. They're going to get the ball into Jackson. Jackson's going to step through and score. Nice footwork there by Chesney Jackson. Able to step right through the two defenders, able to get an easy bucket. Charlestown by 8. Addie Smith able to get right to the rim. A lot of contact, no call, no surprise there. Emma Bronner with the rebound, brings it back out. Addie Smith gets into the lane. That's going to be rebounded again by Bronner. She's going to find Trainer out to Honor. And Addie that's a lot of contact both times. Burton pulls up and good. That was kind of awkward. I think she was going to try to go down to that right side. Just kind of pulled up. Bencham looking to push, finds Gagnon. Gagnon for 3. No good. And that's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be Eastern. Eastern is going to call a 30-second timeout. 6-point ball game. Charlestown on top at this point. And I still feel like the difference of the game was that those first quarter we had just 2 or 3 run-outs. I think it was 4 actually. 4 run-outs, 8 points. It's kind of a big difference. We had a couple layups that didn't fall. We've had pretty decent shots pretty much every time down the floor. Again, if we can just get a few more shots to fall, I think we're going to be able to close this gap. Do what we can do. This is that stretch in the game that's going to make sure that we're staying in reach. We don't need a 6-0, 8-0 run right now for the Pirates. Just keep playing straight up defense. Again, they're making it very difficult for Jackson to get the ball on the post. She made a really nice move that last play. But again, I thought we've done a pretty good job defensively on her. Addie's looking to bring it up. 4:30 to play. Double high ball screen. Addie Smith going against Hignon. Out to Honor. Over to Trainer. Back out to Honor. Addie Smith trying to get in the lane. Finds Honor. She had a screen roll there with Bronner. Has let her too much. Charlestown pokes it away. It ends up in the hands of Fincham. They're going to get it down to Jackson, the other side. I think she got away with the travel. Fincham out top, high ball screen. They're going to get the ball into Jackson. She's still in the lane. Warnock looking to drive. They get the ball into Jackson. She's going to turn. Good defense there by Bronner. Couldn't get it over her long arms. Emma's got some long arms. Honor shot fake, goes baseline. Throws it away. Jackson gets it. She's going to try to go coast to coast. And she's going to put it in at the other end. That's one we can't have, the silly turnovers. Got to make sure that we're not picking up the ball where we don't know what we're going to do with it. Addie's going to get in the lane, finds Trainer. Trainer for 3. No good. Rebound there by Fincham. She's going to look to push. And Warnock's going to fire for 3. No good. Rebound Hunter. Coach Drury says slow down. Slow down. Let's double high ball screen there. Addie going to finds Hunter. Hunter for 3. No good. There's not a lot of legs in her shot right now. She's just seeming pretty flat. Charlestown, 8-point advantage. Fincham in the lane. Gets it out to Gagnon. It's going to be deflected out of bounds there by Katie. Eliza Sterrett's going to check in. Give Burton a quick break. Going to leave Bronner on Jackson now. Nobody's paying attention. They threw it right into Jackson, and she missed it. It was one of those officials put it in. I don't think the players were ready yet, but that's how it goes sometimes. Jackson misses. It's going to be Eastern rebound going back the other way. 2.5 minutes to play. Addie Smith trying to get in the lane. Addie's going to pull up from the free throw line. Banks it in. That was not the prettiest thing we've ever seen, but it went in. That's all that matters. Warnock down on the wing. This is the ball into Higdon. Higdon not really looking to score, just kind of screen and pass. Going to be Warnock for three. No good. Jackson on the rebound. And Charlestown is going to call a timeout. We are going to cut to a quick commercial break. We will be right back. This is Lady Musketeer Basketball on WSLM.
When conditions get tough, the road to adventure doesn't have to end. Keep driving all winter long on tires you can trust. Between September 24th and December 9th, get $80 via reward card or virtual prepaid card after online submission with the purchase of 4 new Michelin passenger or light truck tires. Available at Washington County Tire Shop in Salem. See www.michelinman.com/auto/deals-promotions-van-rebates for complete details. Offer expires December 9th, 2025.
And we are back. Eastern High School at Charlestown with a 24-16 advantage. Not really able to get the pull away drastically. Eastern kind of just keeping it in this range. I'd like to see Eastern make a little run here in this last 2 minutes. See if we can't cut this to 3 or 4 points. Liza inbounds. Charlestown full court pressing here a little bit, man-to-man. Fowler just checked into the game for the Musketeers. Give Addie a break. Cross court to Honor, finds Trainer. Trainer ball screen there by Starrett. Gets it into Burton, who just checked in. Fowler gets into the lane. She's going to kick to Trainer. Trainer and Fowler not on the same page, and that's going to be thrown out of bounds. So I wonder what kind of minutes Fowler would have to play tonight. Again, we're down some. Fowler, a very good defensive player. Can she step up and give us some offense? Gets a deflection there. That's going to be a steal by Starrett. It's kind of due to Fowler's deflection. Trainer coming the other way. Just over a minute to play. If we can't get an offensive look here, Hunter looking on the drive. She's going to go all the way to the rim, and she's going to get fouled. That's going to be a foul there on Gagnon. That was one of those. Katie probably got a lot of contact. It did not look pretty. I don't know if Katie had a chance of putting that one in, but makes a smart play and gets to the rim. First one is no good. (24-16), 1:09 to play. Hunter at the line for her second free throw, and the second one is good. Charlestown gets the ball in, so we bench and bring it up. That's one of those things. Eastern left 4 points at the line tonight. Again, that would cut this to 3. Got to be able to get that little high-low there by Charlestown to get the ball into Jackson. Jackson tries to drive down the baseline, throws it off for Fowler. So they do that little high-low with Higdon up top, and then Jackson just seals. She does just use her body really well. That's going to be, looks like a push-off there by Jackson. We're going to get the ball into Gagnon. Gagnon off the ball screen. Fincham thought about a 3. The ball screen for Fincham. She's going to pull it out. She's very crafty. Not a really big player, but just moves well. Charlestown, a little driving kick action. Just over 30 seconds. It's going to be Jackson looking to drive. Bends on Burton, and good. And that was one of those options where Jackson caught the ball on the perimeter and was going to try to attack. Burton's going to try to attack. She's going to get stripped there by Warnock. Warnock's off to the races. Gets it up to Gagnon. Back out to Warnock. 10 seconds to play. Warnock gets into the lane. Kicks to Fincham. Fincham back to Warnock in the corner. Time running out. Warnock's looking. Gets it to Higdon. Higdon throws it up. No good. And that is going to be the end of the first half. Eastern down 17-26. Charlestown with a 9-point advantage going into halftime. We are going to cut to a couple commercial breaks, and we will be right back with some thoughts on on the first half, and some other games in action tonight.
It's the college football playoff semifinals. The Hoosiers face the Oregon Ducks.
Has beaten you, Ohio State Buckeyes, the number one team in the country.
Join us live on January 9th from the Peach Bowl in Atlanta. Our coverage begins at 6:30.
We're Big Ten champions.
The road to the national title continues. Right here on your home for Indiana football, the IU Sports Network from Learfield.
At Papa John's, get your everyday favorites for just $6.99 each when you order 2 or more items from the Papa Pairings menu. When you order more, you save more. Choose from medium one-topping pizzas, boneless or traditional wings, papadillas, breadsticks, cheese sticks, garlic knots, and desserts. It's easy to order all your favorites when they're just $6.99 each. So the next time your friends come over to eat your food, check out the Papa Pairings menu to save. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
If you're living with back or neck pain, even the simplest tasks can feel overwhelming. But expert relief is closer than you think. Schneck now offers 2 specialized practices for spine care, Schneck Neurosurgery and Schneck Orthopedic Spine, giving you access to a full spectrum of advanced treatment options right here at home. We're proud to highlight Dr. Matthew Stanfield, a highly skilled neurosurgeon with over 25 years of experience and leader of Schneck Neurosurgery, renowned for his expertise in treating complex spinal conditions. Schneck Spine Care Program proudly welcomes Dr. Kenneth McKinley, a board-certified orthopedic spine surgeon with over a decade of experience, who now leads Schneck Orthopedic Spine. Together, these 2 practices bring you comprehensive spine care, from advanced imaging and non-surgical therapies to expert surgical solutions, all tailored to your unique needs. And because it's Schneck, you'll receive compassionate, high-quality care without having to travel far. Visit schneckmed.org to learn more. Schneck Orthopedic Spine and Schneck Neurosurgery, expert spine care, close to home.
High school sports have a unique way of setting the tone for our entire school community. How? By demanding our very best, no matter who we are.
Every student, coach, parent, and fan has a responsibility to practice good sportsmanship at athletic events. It's on each of us to lead by example with our behavior.
The way we behave is not only a reflection of our own character, but of our schools as well. It lets everyone know this is how we do things at our school. This is what we expect. This is who we are.
So, whether you're playing, coaching, or cheering, always demonstrate integrity with your words, actions, and attitudes at our athletic events. Our school's image is up to us.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Help set the tone by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is leading by example. This is leaving a positive impression. This is your IHSAA.
And we're back here at Eastern High School. Talk a little bit about some scores in the area, then we'll get to tonight's game. Some interesting action tonight. The team we just played, Gordon, they're playing Forest Park tonight. Forest Park coming in a little bit of a favorite. It's a little bit 11-6. Henryville playing Austin tonight. Austin's number 12 in 2A. Again, Henryville will be a conference opponent for us. We did see them earlier in the year. The game probably that's most intriguing to me for the evening is number 7 Jennings County at number 11 Floyd. Floyd Central off to a 16-2 start. Right now, number 11 in 4A playing Jennings County. Jennings County is just playing some great basketball, 13-4. Very curious about the outcome of that one. We'll see how that one comes out. Lanesville is going to be at Trinity tonight. Trinity moving up to number 5 in 1A with a 14-3 record. And then the other big game tonight I thought might be interesting. Madison at Silver Creek. Madison 11-4. Silver Creek 12-4. That's going to be number 10 in 3A versus number 2 in 3A. Silver Creek did move up this past week. Other action, some conference games. New Wash is playing Mitchell tonight. Providence is playing Southwestern. Southwestern, we just saw them a few weeks ago. They moved up to 15th in 2A. And then Crawford County and Springs Valley. Springs Valley moved up to number 9 in 1A against 12-5. Springs Valley going up against Crawford County 13-5. That's a team that we will see most likely in the postseason in the sectional. So, again, some just really interesting action tonight. We will see what prevails. If we get a score, we will try to let you know for the evening. Back to tonight's game. Again, Charlestown on top, 26-17. I still feel like that the make or break was really those runouts in that first quarter. They had 4 runouts there, so 8 points, big difference of the game right now. We're down 9. That's a good chunk of it right there. Obviously, we left some points at the line. I think we're just 2 of 6 from the line. That's always tough. You want to try to get some easy points. I think we did leave some points there. And again, I wondered if foul trouble wasn't going to be an issue. If we can get to their bench, I think in this case, Fincham had 2. Gagnon just has 1. So Charlestown plays very good defense. But can we get to the rim? Can we get in the lane and force some contact, whether that's through a shot fake, whether through that's just the angles that we're attacking? Can we get to the line and get some easy points? I think that's one of the easiest ways to get back in the game is just making sure that we're getting to the line consistently. We'll see. Again, we'll see how that your second half plays out. At the end of the day, we've got to be able to knock down some shots. I feel like we've taken pretty good shots in this first half. Maybe a couple that we probably could have taken back, but got some good looks. We've just got to be able to put them down. Obviously, without a couple starters, we're getting a little bit longer minutes out of lots of our girls. They did seem a little flat, especially at the end of that second quarter. It seemed a little bit flat. Shots just not quite with the same legs underneath it. Katie had a 3 there on the wing that she's been shooting the ball really well. And just she's a little winded, a little tired. Played most of that first half. I don't know if she actually came out. That's not the norm for her. So stepping up and doing some things she hadn't had to do all year. Again, we'll see how this second half plays out. For some statistics, for Charlestown, Jackson ended up with 11, had a really strong second quarter, had 8 in that second quarter. She's just a load inside. She just moves well. She navigates those bodies. She gets positioned well. Ended up with 11. Fincham hit 2 threes right out the gate, so she ended up with 6. Gagnon with 2, and then Warnock with 7. Really, I feel like where Warnock's been a weapon is just those runouts, whether she's been the one attacking the rim or whether she's been able to get the ball up that sideline and find one of our post players. I think we've just got to make sure that we're not giving them easy buckets. If they want to push tempo, that's fine. We've got to make sure that we're just not, those aren't resulting in easy buckets for them because every bucket matters. And at this point, we're down 9. We've got to make something happen. We've got to hit stuff. We've got to get 3 or 4 consecutive stops and turn those into points. And again, against a team like this, you can see why they've got 14 wins. You can see why they are number 4 in the state in 3A. This team's got just a ton of talent, and I'm just curious how far they're going to be able to go in 3A. Was really just not having a lot of depth. Really just playing. I think they only played 5 or 6 girls that pretty much the whole first half. But you could definitely tell they play well together. They move the ball well. They react the ball well together. And for Coach Matthews, really just have 1 senior on this team for Charlestown, and Natalie Gagnon. So Jackson's a junior, Higdon's a junior, Fincham's a junior, Warnock's a junior. So you got they all had a ton of experience as freshmen and more experience last year. So a lot of these girls they've played a lot of basketball for the past 3 years, and you can see that paying off for them and just the way they kind of play together. You wondered if this was going to be a game of who had kind of more experience. We've had more experience than most teams throughout this season, having 5 seniors, really all that have played a lot of basketball, and that's been to our advantage throughout the course of the year. And even really our juniors have got it. They've just played a lot, so they've seen a lot of varsity minutes. Was that going to be able to pay off in the second half? Can we limit those turnovers? Make sure that we're taking great shots instead of decent shots. Can we shoot those highest percentage shots instead of those average percentage shots? It's always going to be tough. We're going to cut to 1 quick commercial break, and we will be right back with the second half. This is Lady Musketeer Basketball on WSLM.
When it comes to getting the job done right, from driveways to bridge work and paving to construction and excavating, there's one name you can count on: Temple & Temple Excavating. Serving homeowners and also handling big jobs for city, county, and state highway projects, they've built a reputation on quality work since 1948. Driveways, construction, demolition. If you need it moved, cleared, built, or torn down, call Temple & Temple Excavating at 812-883-6644. Temple & Temple have been supporting Washington County for 77 years, one project at a time.
And we're back here at Eastern High School. Eastern going back with Hunter, Trainer, Burton, Sterrett, and Addie Smith. So their starters. Charleston going back with their same fives. Double high ball screen for Addie Smith. Gets the ball in the corner to Trainer. Burton trying to look inside to Burton. Hunter. These girls just defend really well. Hunter looks to drive. Not successful. It's going to end up almost being a jump ball. Charleston looking to run another way. Run out. That's going to be Warnock for an easy two. There where we jammed the rebound trying to get a jump ball, and they made us pay. They're going to get an easy two going back. We've got to be careful about leaving too many up. We've got to get back every single time. Addie Smith high ball screen. Gets it across the court to Trainer. And we're pretty stagnant right here. Not getting a lot of movement offensively. Nice pass there by Liza. She finds Burton on the cut. Jackson's going to get a block there out of bounds. It's going to be Eastern basketball. Again, I'd like to see Sydney just stop, get a pump fake. Hunter for three off the inbound, no good. Going to be Sterrett on the offensive rebound. Way to tag. That's going to be out the Trainer. Trainer for three. I think she was surprised that she was open. Good offensive rebound there by Sterrett. Warnock driving baseline, kicks it across over to Gagnon. Back around the room, back around to Fincham. These guards they move the ball really well. They all handle the ball pretty well. It's just a tough guard. Jackson top of the key, being guarded by Burton. He's going to drive down the left side, no good. It's going to be Higdon fighting for that rebound. They're going to get a jump ball between Hunter and Higdon. One thing you put so much energy into trying to stop Jackson, and you left Higdon there alone to be able to come in and make a play on that one. Charlestown's done that twice on the inbound. They just a quick pass there to Jackson before they're paying attention, and Jackson able to catch and put it in. And Charlestown with a 10-point advantage. Addie Smith out to Burton. Burton's going to fire for three. No good. It's going to be, looks like that's going to be a foul in the back right there. That's going to be on Higdon. Again, just got Liza in the back right there. Don't know that's going to be our best look. I think we still got to try to attack inside. I know that I may sound crazy, but I think we got to try to get to the rim. Maybe post up Hunter inside. She's being guarded by Fincham right now. Much smaller player. There's going to turn it over. That's going to be Fincham. Knocks it out of her hands. Ends up in the hands of Jackson. Jackson's going to try to go one-on-one. Jump pass there to Warnock. Warnock's going to fire for three. No good. Great block out there by Bailey Trainer. Addie Smith's going to get the rebound going the other way. Addie finds Burton. Jackson kind of fell asleep right there. Nice find there by Addie Smith. Jackson just wasn't paying attention. And it looks like Charlestown is going to call a timeout. That is going to be a full timeout. We're going to cut to a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. This is Lady Musketeer basketball on WSLM.
The Hoosiers of Crimson Tide beat the college football playoff quarterfinals at the Rose Bowl.
Here's a step back to Fernando. That time rolling over the middle. He's got the handoff. Push the throw. It does for the end of touchdown. Cooper Jr. Left flies it down. He's got the rip. Here's the snaps. Handoff goes to Kalon. Fights his way through it, and he breaks the tackle. He'll go up again right up the gut. This time another running. Breaks it. Scores. This time Roman Henry takes it into the end zone. Indiana continuing to pour it on.
The Indiana Hoosiers play here.
And we're back. I know we have so many excited Hoosier fans really everywhere. I'll tell you personally, I've never been a huge football guy. I like football, I like watching football, but just to see what Indiana's been able to do, I know it's created a crazy excitement in our state and people trying to come out and support the Hoosiers. And I just excited you're playing for a national championship next week. Just see what happens. To go from somewhat irrelevance the last several years to last 2 years just being unstoppable. So back to Lady Musketeer basketball. Charleston gets it in. They're going to get the ball into Jackson. I think she got by with the travel. They're going to get, looks like Connor for a foul there. She has a nice patience inside there. She kind of turned to the middle. She felt the defense, cut back. We had good help sides. She kind of had two of them, and then Connor was on the backside of her. First one is good for Jackson. That's going to put her, 14 points on the night, leading all scorers right now. Second one is up and also good. Each able to get it in, trying to go to the sideline break, finds Connor. On thought by three. Out the trainer. Eddie looking. And we got a lot of standing. There's going to be Burton for three. No good. Again, I think that's Burton. Maybe Charleston going the other way, finds Warnock on the sideline. Well defended there. Warnock's going to pull up in the lane. She's going to drive on the left side and lays it in. Good defense, that first step to stop that little easy layup. But Charleston taking a 12-point advantage right here. Offensively, I think we just got to get some action. Got to get some screen action. Right now, it's kind of pretty much just all drive and kick and see if they can create something for themselves. Really not getting any screening. Ball on the sideline are there to stare it. Out the trainer. Honor brings around top of the key, gets out to Addie. Tries to get the ball on the Burton. Burton pump fake. Puts it up, no good. Had Jackson in the air. Not able to finish. It's going to be Gagnon down the sideline. Gets it into Jackson. Kicks out to Warnock. They're looking to get inside. Out to Gagnon. Just inside of 4 minutes to play. Jackson out on the wing. Out to Fincham. Fincham top of the key. Tries to get in the lane over to Warnock. And they kind of just use Higdon as a screen. Warnock's going to drive down the right side. She's going to get blocked there by Honor. Good defensive pressure there by Katie Honor. And Charlestown with a 12-point advantage right now. I feel like we got to close up the third quarter, get this thing back into single digits, get this down into a more manageable situation. Jackson outside gets it to Gagnon. Gagnon down the right side, kicks it to Fincham. Fincham thought about three. Ball screen there by Higdon. Pass around. Back out to Jackson. Drives on the right side. And she's going to go over Sterrett. That's one of those, I think Sterrett's in the right position. She just kind of turns her body. If she just stands there, I think it's going to be a charge. She's got to be able to, I know it's easier said than done, sacrificing your body and taking the hit. Jackson's first free throw up is good. And Charleston takes a 35-22 advantage. Second one is good. 4 for 4 from the line this particular quarter. Bailey gets it up to Addie Smith. Addie's going to try to get to the rim. She's going to get pushed out of bounds. It's going to be on three. It's going to be on Gagnon. I think it's just her second. And nobody really in any kind of foul trouble right now for the Pirates. And I'd like to say we've got to just get some screen action, some movement other than just drive and kick. That's effective for us, but I think we've got to have another tool in our bag right now. Right now they do a lot of watching right now. Addie Smith's going to try to get in the lane. Kicks it to Sterrett. Sterrett going to get a lane, no good. Burton on the offensive rebound. She's going to put it up and she's going to get fouled. That's going to be on 42. That's going to be Jackson, and just her first. And Sydney Burton's going to go line for two. first free throw up is no good. And LeBron going to check in for Liza Sterrett. Her second free throw up is good. Eastern looking to put a little pressure, a little diamond press. We hadn't seen a ton of pressing. They get it over the top to Warnock. Warnock's going to go to the rim. It's going to be tipped out of bounds there by Bronner. And I don't know. We're going to have to find a way to get some stops. I don't know if we're going to be able to press this particular group. They get the ball into Jackson in the post. Good defense there by Bronner. Oh, that's going to be a travel. Yes, they did get Warnock gets into the lane, and she's going to travel there in the middle of the lane. Gotta love the band. Cheering on these kids and just keeping some energy and excitement here. Addison, double high ball screen. Addie's going to try to get to the rim. Turns back. Kicks it. It's going to be tipped out of bounds by Charlestown. Trying to find Trainer there on the wing. Ball gets inbound to Burton. Burton being guarded by Jackson. Picks it up. Jackson fell down. She looked awkward, and I thought she fell. Addie Smith driving baseline. Puts it up no good. Burton on the offensive glass. Puts it in for good. Benson brings it up. Eastern cuts this to 25-36, so 11-point lead for the Lady Pirates. Can we get this down into single digits in this last 2 minutes of this quarter? It'll be Gagnon driving down the left side. Pulls it back out. Yeah, I think Coach Matthews says just slow down. Run something. Get Jackson top of the key. Thought about a three. Going up against Bronner. Cuts back. Tough shot. Good. She again handles her body well. Bronner, I don't know that she could have guarded it any better. It makes a tough shot back to her backhand. Addie Smith looking to get into the lane. Cuts back. Throws it up kind of with the left hand. No good. It's going to be rebounded Higdon. Charlestown looking to run the other way. And Fincham's going to go all the way to the rim. Nobody stopped the ball there. She just pretty much goes coast to coast. We've got to find a way to get some action here. Right now we're just kind of relying on Addie to do everything. Gets the ball into Emma, finds Trainer. Trainer out to Honor. 44 seconds to play.
What else is...
Here's a good look for us. Honor going up against Fincham. Honor's going to get to the line. That's going to be a foul on Fincham. That's going to be her third. And Honor's going to go out of the line for two. I don't wonder if maybe we shouldn't post Katie Honor up. Just put her on the block. That's not normally where she plays, but Fincham's just so much smaller. Is that a weapon that we can exploit here? First free throw is no good for Honor. Fowler's going to check in for Addie Smith. Give her a break here at the end of this quarter. Charlestown is up by 15. And Hunter's second one is good. Charleston probably going to sort for, take one last shot here. Up by 14. Eastern in a 2-3 zone. I lied. They are playing man right now. Playing man-to-man. I mistook what I read there. Charleston pass around the perimeter, 20 seconds. Jackson kind of in a weave action. You just run that kind of continuity weave until they get down to 12 seconds. They're going to run something. Get the ball, Jackson top of the key. Jackson, he's going to fire for three, and good. Again, just a very skilled player in Chesney Jackson. Burton's going to fire. Burton's going to fire there, and that's going to be the end of the quarter. Charlestown is up 43-26, 17-point advantage for the Pirates. We are going to cut to a commercial break, and we will be right back with the fourth quarter. Lady Musketeer basketball on WSLM.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward Rehabilitation Program offers a full range of therapies, We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, two great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
And we're back here at Eastern High School. Again, that quarter is really pretty much all dominated by Chesney Jackson, just able to kind of get what she wanted, able to get to the rim kind of at will. That in that particular quarter, 2, 4, 6, 8, 11 points in that quarter. So she's got a game high 22 points right now. 22 of their 43, so just over half of their points. Eastern only getting 9 points that quarter. Missed a couple free throws. Again, offensively, we've just got to find a way to get some buckets. We've got to find a way to get the ball inside to try to. Right now, it seems like we're just kind of waiting to see if Addie can do everything by herself. Again, Addie is just a phenomenal player, but we need some help. We got to make some things happen, get some interior screening, run some sets, something. Addie looking to drive, finds Bronner out top of the key, over to Trainer. Trainer finds Honor. Addie Smith finds Bronner on the block. Bronner finds Burton. Burton's going to get into the lane. She's going to spin back, and good. Nice move there by Sydney Burton. She's doing everything she can. I think I've got her down right now for 14 points as she's on the precipice. I think 17 was the number she needed to get to 1,000. Warnock out top. Eastern cuts the lead to 15. Charlestown just kind of in a weave continuity right now. I think they're just kind of take up some clock the best they can. Again, second, and they put Higdon right on the kind of the free throw line, and then they just run this circle weave action just nonstop until they decide they want to do something. And so they just ran 30 seconds off the clock with really not any problem there. And then they're back into that weave actions. The circle weave off of Higdon over and over. Now they've taken another 15 seconds off the clock. Now it looks like they're going to try to run something. Again, you can tell this is how you win games. It may not be the most exciting basketball, but this is how you win games. You got to lead, and you just take care of the clock. Again, staying kind of in that. They are going to run that high ball screen there. Finally get some action there. Eastern trying to guard right here. Going to have to get up and put a little bit of pressure on all of them. They've run about a minute 15 off the clock at this point. Not even looked at the rim once. Charlestown again, they're back into that continuity. Running around in circles. 6 minutes to play now. It looks like they're going to, I don't know, Jackson's finally going to go to the rim, and she's going to get by Bronner for an easy two. So there's that. I don't know if that was what you were expecting, but Charlestown pretty much just ran almost 2 minutes off the clock there in that play. 5:48 to play. Charlestown is going to cut to a quick timeout. We will be right back. We'll cut to a quick commercial.
As more club and travel sports pop up every year, they often muddy the waters on what the purpose of sports should be for student athletes at this age.
But high school sports are different.
It's not about becoming the best athletes. It's about becoming the best people.
It's not about scholarships. It's about coaches mentoring you, camaraderie with your teammates, and the connection you build with your school community. It's not about year-round training. It's about developing resilience, responsibility, and a strong work ethic for life.
It's not about what am I going to get out of this. It's about playing for something bigger than yourself, for your team, your school, and your entire community.
High school sports help us grow in ways that will serve us for the rest of our lives, not just in the game.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support what makes education-based athletics different by buying a ticket to your high school's athletic events. This is developing students as people. This is fulfilling a greater purpose. This is your IHSAA.
And we're back here in the fourth quarter of this game. Lady Musketeers going up against the Charlestown Lady Pirates. Again, clearly a strategy for Coach Matthews was just control the clock and don't let anything else happen. They're up 45. They're up 17 at this point. You don't always see this strategy, but they're definitely. Addie Smith's going to pull up from the free throw line. no good. Rebound Charlestown. And they are going to get a foul. I assume that's on Bronner. They're going to get that foul on Bronner just on that rebound. So we'll see if what Eastern's going to cook up. They're going to have to get out. Looks like they're going to go to kind of a 2-2-1 half-court trap if they can't push Charlestown out of that stall tactic, if they can't get them to make a quick decision and see if we can't get a couple turnovers here. Bencham, middle court, over to Warnock, gets it down the corner. Warnock gets trapped. She might have got away with the travel there. They're going to get it back to Bencham out top. Over to Gagnon on the side. And Bencham just such a smart player. I've been able to see her. I coached against her a few years ago, coaching this junior group when they were in middle school. She's always been strong, but man, she handles the ball well. She's smart. Doesn't make a ton of mistakes. And that's kind of what you're seeing now. Charlestown just passing the ball around. They're going to get a foul there on Emma Bronner. Coach Matthews wanted an intentional foul. Bronner kind of went up and just really pushed her. He might have a case there, but they were trying to foul in that situation. To be out of bounds. 4:54 to play, so Charlestown takes another 30 seconds off the clock. Get the ball into Warnock. Warnock gets it out to Jackson. Jackson being guarded there by Burton. They're going to get a foul on Sydney Burton. That's going to be just her first. And Charlestown just looks like they are just waiting to just see if they can't milk the next 4.5 minutes out of this one. Get the ball into Jackson. It's going to be a scramble there on the floor. It looks like it's going to be a jump ball. State Charlestown basketball. So Allie and Ashton Johannesburg are going to check into the game for Honor and Addie Smith. 4:43 to play. Again, they ran that same play for Jackson where Burton just fell asleep. They just quick pass right there, and Burton and Jackson. This may be something we had scouted. I think they've run it probably 4 times tonight. Jackson was able to get some easy buckets. Eastern is going to call a timeout. We are going to cut back to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with the rest of this basketball game.
Call Temple and Temple today at 812-883-6644, or find them online at templeandtemple.com, where you can also apply for
Indiana means being ready for growing energy demands. At Duke Energy, we're adding more power to the grid and working on hundreds of local projects to make your energy more reliable. We've strengthened nearly 20,000 poles, updated more than 270 substations, and prevented hundreds of thousands of outage hours with self-healing grid technology, so your power can come back on faster than ever. That's the smarter energy future Indiana deserves. Paid for by Duke Energy shareholders.
And we're back here, 4:37 to play in this contest. Charlestown has extended their lead to 47-28, 19 points. We kind of mentioned there for a minute, it kind of stayed in that 8-point range. I wonder, or it got to 8 to 12, could we cut it to 14? Could we cut it back down to single digits? Unable to do so, and Charlestown able to make a little bit of a run here in this last couple of minutes, even though really stalled just 4 points in this quarter, but they've taken almost half the quarter. And really, that's all that's able to come out of this quarter. Burton's going to fire for 3. No good. Rebound Sterrett. Sterrett's going to try to find. She's going to find Addie Smith. Burton's going to fire for 3 again. Burton's going to get that for 3. And they are going to call timeout there for Sydney Burton. Coach Matthews did not like that, but that is going to be 1,000 points for Sydney Burton. So congratulations to Sydney on this achievement. Again, coming 2 years from Salem, and then this is her second year at Eastern, able to cap this off really with 7 or 8 more games left to play, able to get over this hurdle. You kind of wonder, you could tell that they were trying to get her a 3. She's typically not one that shoots a ton of threes. I think she's put up 5 or 6 threes tonight. but able to get that accomplished. So congratulations to Sydney Burton reaching her 1,000th point. They're going to get her out of the game. That was kind of the hope. Again, she's had a tough week. I know our thoughts with her family. She lost her grandmother this past week, kind of unexpectedly. I know they're dealing with that this week. I think she's going to miss later this week. So again, they give her some excitement going into what's always tough times. Meanwhile, Charlestown up 47-31, up 16 in their stall. Fowler checked in. Both Johannesburg checked in. It looks like they're going to be committed to just running this stall as long as possible. Fowler almost had a steal. Good. At this point, you kind of have to go for it. At this point, what can you get? Can you get something? Fowler's just so incredibly quick. Jackson gets it over to Gagnon. 3:40 to play. Dribble drive, handoff there to Fincham. Gets it out to Warnock. Jackson's going to drive baseline. Looks like she kind of got forced out of bounds. That's going to be a foul there on Eliza Sterrett. That's going to be Eastern's team four. That will be the bonus here on out. Again, they run that same quick pass to Jackson, just get it into her. She does not score that time. It'll be Warnock out there being guarded by Ashton Johannesmeyer. Again, just kind of dribble handoff back and forth. Jackson's going to drive baseline. She's going to put it up, no good. Rebound by Bronner. Eastern down by 16, just over 3 minutes to play. Going to be Fowler. Gets to Ashton Johannesmeyer. Gets it out to Allie. Allie over to Eliza Sterrett. Sterrett looking to drive. Takes it to Allie Johannesmeyer. Out to Fowler. Fowler trying to get into the lane. Steps through. No good. The rebound to Ashton. Johannesmeyer finds Sterrett. Out to Allie. Gets it into Bronner. Bronner's going to put it in. No good. Gets her own rebound. It's going to be a jump ball, it looks like. Bronner got nervous. I think she was wide open. Didn't realize she was wide open. That kind of didn't get squared around. If she just kind of turned just a little bit more, she's going to get a layup. And it looks like Elsie there is going to check in for her sister, and then Sophia Gibson going to check in for Emma Bronner. 2:41 to play as we finish out this contest. Ball inbound to Fowler. Charleston still got their starters out. It's going to be Elsie Sterrett. Long two. Rebound out of bounds. Going to be off Eastern. Charlestown basketball. A little surprised that Charlestown hasn't put their subs in. They have them. They still got all their starters. They have not subbed. I don't know if they subbed this entire game. And that's the same five. I knew that they only played about six, but I don't even know that we've seen the sixth girl tonight. It's really just been the same five pretty much the entire game. Even now with a 16-point advantage, a couple minutes left, Charlestown looking to just pass it around and finish out the game. Warnock back to Fincham. And not exactly what I was expecting. I figured there'd be a little bit more excitement, but Eastern just not able to get some shots in. Not able to put them in that first half. Those runouts in that first quarter just kind of put us behind the eight ball from the get-go, and then we just were playing catch-up. And Charlestown, just the guard's just too solid. You can definitely see why this is a 14-3 team. Minute and a half to play. Again, Charlestown just looking to milk the rest of the clock. This is one of those, some people love this style of basketball where you just control the clock, and some people hate it. I'm probably the latter. I don't love this kind of basketball. Let's just go play. But this is how teams win. This is how you win. You've done everything you can to win the game. Minute 11 to play. Coach Matthews is going to call a timeout. I don't know if that's to put subs in or what the scenario was. Charleston's going to call a 30-second timeout. We'll just stay right here. Again, just over a minute to play. Not a whole lot of action here. Charlestown looking to just kind of finish out the game. We can start to talk some numbers for Charlestown. Just 4 points in this quarter. They are going to finally check somebody in. Looks like they are going to go ahead and check in some subs. They do have a fresh five. Kind of surprised that they didn't do this 2 minutes ago, but so it looks like most of the JV has checked in for the Pirates. There's just over a minute to play. I'm probably going to butcher these names, so I apologize. Charlestown gets it in. That's going to be to Ridnour. Ridnour going to hold it, and then they're going to try to go. Interesting strategy in the 10-second call. He kind of holds it for almost 5 seconds. Then he's going to come back again, just dribble drive. They're just looking to run out the clock. 40 seconds to play. Eastern still trying to put some pressure out there, see if they can't get a quick turnover or something. And that's going to be Fowler gets a steal. She's going to go the other way, and she's going to lay it in for 2. 30 seconds to play. Coach Matthews is not happy with that. 20 seconds to play. Valley Garden up top. That's going to be a Howard. Over to 10. That's going to be Harmon. Eight seconds. That's going to wind out. That's going to be about it. Almost a steal there for Allie Johannesmeyer. And that's going to be the ball game. Eastern falls to the Lady Pirates 33-47. We're going to cut to a quick commercial, and we will be right back with some thoughts on tonight's game, some stats. And then I'm sure that many of you guys are going to try to get back to the IU game. We'll be as brief as possible.
We're here at McDonald's Gymnasium, and we're ready for the starting lineup for tonight's big game. The crowd is on their feet, and they're going wild. The team is coming onto the court. Here comes the quarter pounder with cheese, along with the spicy McCrispy and the McDouble. And starting at center tonight will be the Big Mac. And ready to come into the game at any time is the play of fish. Look on the sideline, folks. We have chicken nuggets cheering along with the golden delicious fries. They're hot and always ready. You'll score points every time you bring the family into McDonald's in Salem, West Baden, and Mitchell before or after the game. Don't forget to top off your favorite meal with a cold soft drink and that one-of-a-kind Mickey D's sweet tea. Or hot or cold coffee drinks from the McCafe. Order inside or drive-thru now with the 2 lanes and use the mobile app for great deals. And get your food delivered at home or at the curbside. You can order at halftime and enjoy that one-of-a-kind taste without missing the next play. Set a pick and roll on into McDonald's today. You'll be loving it too. Drive-thru open from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. And don't forget to catch W. Wesleyan's Coach's Corner live at McDonald's in Salem on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. I'm loving it.
And we're back here at Eastern High School as we wrap things up tonight. Again, the Charlestown Lady Pirates on top, 47-33 over Lady Musketeers. They will advance to 15-3 on the season. Again, there's no secret why they are the number 4 3A team in the state of Indiana. Eastern will fall to 10-5. Some quick stats first for the Charlestown Pirates. They were led by Chesney Jackson with 26 on the night. She is just such a handful, such a load inside. It's going to be Fincham, ended up with 8. Had 2 threes right off the bat, and then pretty quiet game the rest of the way. She just definitely controls the pace of the game. Gagnon had 2, and then Warnock had 11 for a total of 47. Really kind of a slower pace than I expected for both teams. But Charlestown, again, those run-outs in the first quarter really just kind of put them ahead, and they got the 8-10-point lead, and they just kind of stayed there. And then in that third quarter, able to knock down some shots. Again, Jackson had just that monster third quarter and really kind of separated the game. For the Lady Musketeers, Bailey Trainer had 6. Abby Fowler had 2 right there at the end. Addie Smith, just 3 points on the night. So tough night for Addie. Katie Hunter had 5, and then Sydney Burton with 17, reaching that 1,000-point scoring for her career, which is just so exciting for her. My hat's off to her. Again, she's been a great addition to our team, and really just had a fantastic season. So as we go down the stretch, I know that her goals are not done yet. I know she wants to see how far they can go in the tournament, and can they get to sectional, regional? How far can they go in this postseason? For Charlestown, they will be back in action tomorrow night. They're playing Louisville Manual, and then looks like Friday night they will be playing Providence, and then next week they will have New Albany, Salem, and Seymour. So, again, some of the Charlestown's toughest opponents they've already played. They've already played Silver Creek. They've already played Floyd Central. They knocked out Floyd Central early in the season. One of only 2 Floyd Central losses this year. Got beat by Jeffersonville. Really, they played Ben Davis. They played Beech Grove. So they've had just a really tough schedule really throughout. I do not know anything about Louisville Manual. They've got New Albany next week. Charleston, again, they're going to be ready. And in their sectional, I'd have to think that it's going to be them and Silver Creek as the favorite. Madison is really solid. Corden's very solid. But I'd have to think that those 2 are going to be the favorite. And they are hosting the sectional, which always adds another little wrinkle to the scenario. Eastern, again, is going to fall to 10-5. We will be back in action on Thursday night at South Central. Sorry, that is incorrect. South Central got moved to this Thursday night. We will be playing them. And then we were in action on Saturday against Lanesville. That is an afternoon game. It's 12 o'clock. I think it's just 2-quarter JV, and then the varsity will follow right after that. So, again, that should be it. I do not know exactly when we'll be back on the air. I know our boys are back in action this week. We've got all kinds of stuff. You can check out WSLM. There's all kinds of stuff in action tonight. Again, Lady Musketeers fall to the Charleston Lady Fires 33-47. Again, my name is Jake Johannes. This is Lady Musketeer Basketball on WSLM.